Yes, I did get a haircut. Thanks for noticing.
Well, it's a week of Mondays here. Sorry. It looks good. I'm overdue.
It was a, I was overdue for sure by many. I'd like to read. I don't think I've brought this up, but I'd like to read a text message I got from my daughter last night,
Okay.
approximately 7:15 or so.
hmm
The dishwasher fell on me.
Seems unlikely. Probably, I guess the door swung down or something.
So I don't think I brought it up, but our dishwasher was leaking,
I see.
and there's a tube that comes out of the back of it. So like right, that does all the dishwashing, and then there's like the pipe that goes to your disposal or whatever, however else you
Yeah.
have it connected.
hmm
And the way it's designed is the tube is like all intertwined throughout the machine. There's like a P trap within it, blah, it doesn't matter. But when it goes through the wall or like through
hmm
like the metal, there's a
Yeah.
plastic piece with like a 45-degree angle uh, piece of plastic to keep the pipe from like being pulled out accidentally. Like it's like a friction point.
hmm
And right there, over the 14 years I think we've had this thing, 15 years or whatever, it finally just
Yeah.
poked through. And so it was leaking from there. $32 part, got it up, got it fixed, but this meant I had to have the whole thing like pulled out. I had to tip the thing upside down to get, all
Yeah.
open or whatever else. And I needed something from Home Depot to get this
hmm
thing appropriately put back in. And so it was like pulled out like 2 to 4 feet, 2 to 4 feet, whatever, a couple feet, doesn't matter.
hmm
Just enough so that when you open the front door,
hmm
and because it's not attached to anything,
It's like the weight of it.
yeah. So like I asked her to empty the dishwasher so that when I got back, I could load it back up, do another test run, make sure everything's all good. And so obviously she opened the door and it was fine or whatever, and then she pulled the top rung thing out and then it fell over, and it apparently some things fell on her foot.
Is she okay?
Yeah, yes, she's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
She just wanted me to know that she was suffering.
Because of the hard work you were doing to fix the problem.
Yes, to save
Yeah. No,
would have been like $1,200 for a new dishwasher.
she's gonna make a wonderful wife someday. So that's great. She's already learning where the vindictiveness goes.
Yeah, if I would have just bought a new dishwasher, then this wouldn't have happened.
Right. Right.
But I didn't want to buy a new dishwasher because
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
you're normal. Yeah, no, I get it.
yeah, normal would be
Well,
normal. I would use in quotes, right? I
normal
opine about grass
adjacent.
seed and other things. So
Hey, we all have our things, man.
yeah,
Like I don't like to shop, but I'm really into like bags, like travel bags,
mm,
like laptop bags, things like that. So I'll be walking through like a whatever, by a store or in a mall, maybe if you can find one. It'll be like a Toomey store or something or whatever it is.
yeah.
And I'm
Toomey
like,
makes good stuff.
"Eek." Like I can't stop. I can't not look like it could be like cheap, terrible stuff in like the Mexico airport for like kids, And I'm like, maybe I need a Hello Kitty backpack.
Oh
Does it
my
could
god,
it
please,
can it hold a
please.
16-inch laptop?
I could
Is
just
it
see you
rated?
going through downtown Japan with a Hello Kitty backpack. There would be high speed trains, and you would just be over the moon and in your element.
Yeah, not really. I think I used the guy who got me into writing over 30 years ago, who was possibly the smartest human being I've ever met, used to have a or had a Hello Kitty wallet, but it was like a like a Velcro wallet. So anytime he had to pay for anything, he
Oh
whipped out
god,
this pink wallet, ripped it open, and and to the amusement of every single human being that ever witnessed this, because he was just like a normal middle-aged man, but otherwise, well, normal again, normal adjacent, whatever. But
yeah.
I always got a little kick out of that.
Well, here we are on a Friday. As Paul was and I were chatting right before this whole week of podcasting. I hope everybody is feeling blessed in their life for this.
Blessed, yes, or cursed, I
Yeah.
guess. There's a fine line there.
Yeah, next week should
It's
be fine. The following week there will not be a full week of podcast because the first is the holiday here in the U.S. and
hmm And then I'm going to Berlin for that IFA show. I got to figure
oh,
that
you're
out.
going to. I forgot you were going to that.
Yeah, no, I don't expect you to remember things like this, but when is that? It's got to be. it's got to be that week. I bet I probably fly Monday. We'll figure it out. Whatever. It'll be fun to do something from there if I can. I'm sure I can.
Yeah, the time zones will be.
Oh, brutal. But that's no, actually, you know what? Actually, it won't be too bad because no, it will be terrible. Sorry. What am I saying? It will be mostly a problem for you, I guess. So it'll be fine. Whatever, we can talk about it. We'll figure something out.
Will we?
For me, I don't know. I like to live things. So I don't actually like to live in the moment, but as a procrastinator, I will just say I'm not going to think about that until next week when I have to.
Hmm.
So, like, you just brought this up, and I'm like, I guess I'm going somewhere soon. I don't even know. Like, it's not in the next week, but it is right after that. I don't know. So I don't really. I try to block it out.
Yeah. Speaking of travel, we're trying to figure out, and by we, this is not my decision, which is what kills me about this.
Yep.
So my wife turns 40 next year,
Hmm.
and like we went to Glacier and Banff for my 40th, and I'm like, "What are we doing for your birthday?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. We could do all these things, and we do this." She just can't make a
Yep.
decision,
Hmm.
and which eats at me in the soul because I plan this stuff out so diligently. It's like I
Yeah. You would think by her 40th birthday you'd just be used to this, but
I
yeah.
mean, here's what's on the potential agenda. Part of the challenge is we can't actually go on her birthday because it's at the end of August. It's actually next week, and like kids back in school and her job, like and traveling end of August because she works in education is not good. So the first question is, when are we going? If we
Hmm.
go like spring break, we could go to. I want to go to Sedona. We've never been down over there in like
Yeah.
that part of the country ever.
Hmm.
Um, we also want to go to like a London and Paris trip, which would
Hmm.
be super easy because you can
Yep.
take the train back and forth. There's round trip tickets from Cincinnati to both London and Paris. So it's like that's one option.
Yep.
The other option is to get a house in like right outside like the Tetons for like 3 weeks.
You guys could go to a free Mexico City apartment
We could
and,
we could do that like,
you
but
know,
it doesn't matter. Paul, it doesn't matter. It like these things don't like just pick one. Just pick
right.
one, please. And she's like, well,
I,
we had my 40th planned more than a year out in advance, like to the day.
yep.
This will be done last minute.
So let me,
This is
I'm
a tech
mental.
podcast, by the way. I forgot, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what though? A lot of a lot of what I kind of think about or work on is like what I think of as like efficiency or productivity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you can apply it like anywhere in life, like this, like if you're cleaning in the kitchen or something, like there's an order to things that could make this go more quickly or be whatever, right? Like everything, right? So my wife, who ask anyone who knows both of us, smarter than me, has it all together. She does all the money. She's
Mm-hmm.
responsible for all the important things in our life. I handle things like the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We have roles. So we live in our apartment in Mexico City, which is on the 6th floor. There's an elevator. It's right outside of our door. And we leave this apartment at least twice every single day because we go to eat lunch or we go to dinner or we go and go for a walk in the morning, whatever it is. And, there's a whole set of things that has to happen as we leave. Right. And so if it's going to be at nighttime, we will turn off all the lights and then we don't get mosquitoes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's going to rain, we have to close the doors on the balcony and blah 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 whatever. And dude, like every time I go put my shoes on, and she's just standing there, and I'm like, "Could you get the elevator? Like, get it? Like, call it now. It's got to come up to the 6th floor. Like, this is the time to do it. You know what I mean? You don't
Mm-hmm.
exit the apartment and then hit the button. The button's right there. It's like 2 feet away from our door. So every time she's just standing there, and I'm like, could you get the elevator? It's like she doesn't think this way. And it's like, to me, it's like if I was by myself, I would walk over and hit the button on the elevator. Then I'd sit down and put my shoes on because then the time it takes me to get the shoes, this thing will have come up to the floor and then I can just leave.
Yeah.
So what you're describing is a macro version of what I just said because I live my life on these little hills of defeat all day long, every
Little
day.
hills of defeat.
You know what I mean? Like I'll just be standing there like, could you get the? Do you think you could just turn the light off so we could leave, honey? Please. Like you're right next to it. No, it's too efficient. So anyway, I haven't adapted to her in whatever number of years, and she hasn't adapted to me either. So you guys will be fine.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
The
saying.
other hiccup, it's not even a hiccup in this. The other unknown, which I've never done this before. I think we've mentioned on this podcast credit card reward points a few times.
Oh yeah.
We've been literally saving credit card reward points for her vacation. Like that's why. So we're like 5 years into this. So like we have a ton of Amex points, like hundreds of thousands of them.
Which is great because you could use those pretty much anywhere, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. But however, there's like strategies involved with like transferring them to certain either airlines or hotel chains at certain times of the year.
Yep.
Because you get bonus.
I think I told you this. I don't know if it was on air, just you and me, but like there was a point where we could transfer our Amex points, I think just to United, and they were worth like 1.5 each or something, which is really high.
Yes,
it was
that
like,
is very high.
If you get like a 1-to-1, you're doing fine. Like it was super high, and I doubted it. I was like, this can't be right. Like, so yeah, you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Like
but that all goes backwards towards we have to know where we're going, so we know what airline we're going to take, or at least hotel chain we're going to stay at. So then we can figure out what's the best way to use these and get the most value out of them.
Here's my advice, Brad. And
not get married.
Well, yeah, it's too late for that. Definitely don't have a kid. I would say we were joking. We were at the bar, just randomly. We were at the bar the other night, and we saw these people we hadn't seen in a long time. We're catching up, and we were talking about how when this place had reopened, they didn't have a liquor license yet, so you had to bring your own alcohol. And so, like, instead of like spending like $100 to $150 every time we went there, we were spending like $20 or $21. And I was like, I realized suddenly, like, if I just didn't drink, I would be rich, And it was like the same thing with like, if I just didn't have kids, I'd be rich, Anyway, I recommend you book this Paris-London thing, fly into one city, fly out of the other, and just present it to her and be like, happy birthday.
So the problem with that is, and you will know a little bit about this, the time that we could actually go to do that trip is probably late March.
Well, let me tell you that is an ideal time to be in Paris. I'm not sure about London, but Paris definitely. I was just, my brother-in-law and sister went to Paris this summer, and we just saw them last night. We were talking about this, and March and November, maybe late October, early November, is kind of an ideal time there because of the light. And it's like, Paris is pretty far north, like compared to the United States, but so there'll be less like daylight, I guess, in the winter, obviously it's dark, but there's something about that time at those 2 times a year where the light in the morning and at dusk or whatever is basically like sideways, kind of like it just gives this city like this kind of a glow that is amazing. And if you're into photography and stuff like that, which
it'd be the end of March, it'd be my kid's spring break.
It's actually a good time. I mean, to go.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I mean,
it's either that or August, like early August, which would be
August is not an ideal time to go
correct,
because half the city's shut down. It's hotter than hell, and every tourist on the planet is there at that time.
Yeah,
strongly recommend off season.
Yeah, so if I have a vote, that it is actually that trip.
Okay,
is that because we could leave on a Friday night? It would be my daughter's spring break, so we'd leave on a Friday night and be gone a whole week, spend 3 days in Paris, 3 days in London. Bada bing, bada boom.
Sounds perfect.
Done.
You should do it.
I agree, but then
you should just. I mean, I think we all understand how inept we are as men and how immediately emasculated we could be, but I feel like you could just be like, look, I think this is what we should do. Like, she might appreciate a little decisiveness that she may lack.
Or she'd be like, this is my birthday and you're picking the location. And then
there is a huge possibility that will happen. But I mean, tickets are refundable within 24 hours. I just,
within 24 hours
or whatever the time frame is, just be like,
they are.
Hey, here you go.
Unlike this podcast, you can't get your money back.